Hallo Leute und willkommen zu Red Dead Redemption, einem, wenn nicht sogar dem besten Spiel der letzten Generation. Für Xbox 360 und PS3 ist es erschienen. Ich bin glücklicher Besitzer einer Xbox One und dank der Abwärtskompatibilität kann ich das Ganze entsprechend in einer etwas aufgewerteteren Form auf der Xbox One spielen. Und jetzt wurde der zweite Teil angekündigt für Frühling 2017 und ich habe mir gedacht, warum Dave, packst du nicht nochmal den alten Teil rein? Ich habe das Spiel ohnehin jetzt etwas länger hier rumliegen und jetzt durch die Ankündigung des neuen Teils ist auch bei mir der Hype entfacht und ich habe mir gedacht, okay, den Vorgänger, den schauen wir uns nochmal an. Und wenn die Resonanz stimmt, können wir vielleicht auch ein ganzes Let's Play daraus machen. Also Leute, ich hoffe, ihr freut euch ebenfalls auf das Game. Ich würde sagen, wir legen einfach mal los und vielleicht können wir uns ja auch den DLC Undead Nightmare nochmal anschauen, denn der war megamäßig geil ebenfalls. So, wir nehmen die ganz normale Schwierigkeitsstufe. Ich möchte auch durch die Story kommen, möchte hier nicht allzu lange vielleicht in einigen Passagen rumhängen. Und es geht direkt los mit Exodus in Amerika.
Well, I, for one, am grateful, Mrs. Bush, that they are finally bringing civilization to this savage land.
I could not agree with you more, my dear. My daddy settled this land, and I know he'll be looking down on us, pleased at how we helped the natives.
Yes, they've lost their land, but they've gained access to heaven.
But Father, do you mean unless an innocent receives communion, they're destined to go to hell? It hardly seems fair.
What I mean to say, Jenny, is that there is a great deal of difference between an innocent and a savage.
I never thought of it that way.
Yes, they lived like animals, but they're happier now.
Not only do people now have motor cars, Father, but I heard that pretty soon we will be able to fly.
No, only angels can fly, Jenny.
No, apparently people can fly. Didn't you hear? Out in Kansas, a man even got a car to fly.
I hardly think so, Jenny.
Apparently, Mr. Johns wants to run for governor, which is why he's so concerned with cleaning up the state.
Nate Johns.
Yes.
His family is nothing but hillbilly trash that came here after the war. I don't want to be judgmental, but this state should not be ruled by such a disgusting family. A family without class.
Apparently. John's family have made a lot of money, and he has a lot of friends in politics.
Mrs. Bush, money isn't everything. There are many things that money cannot buy.
It seems that money can buy voters, though.
What you must remember, my dear, is that we have been brought here to spread the word. And the word and civilization, they are the same thing. They are the gifts. It is the opportunity we have, the chance to live among people who are decent and who do not kill each other. And who let you worship in peace.
It's so confusing, Father. Sometimes I find it impossible to make the distinction between a loving act and a hateful one. I mean, they often seem to be the same thing.
Yes, Jenny, it is confusing. But you only have to ask me if you need help.
Indeed.
Well, here we are, Mrs. Bush. Armadillo.
Oh ja, ich bin so bereit dafür. Wenn man darauf geachtet hat, dann hat man vorne im Zug jemanden gesehen, den man etwas später wieder sehen wird. Nicht allzu lange wird es dauern. Ja, man muss auch sagen, Red Dead Redemption ist halt ein Spiel, das hat so viel revolutioniert im Open-World-Genre. Wir kommen später drauf zu sprechen.
Must be John Marston.
Sometimes.
I'm Jake. Your friends from Blackwater hired me to guide you.
They ain't my friends. They're pleased to meet you, Jake.
I got the horses saddled up and ready out front.
Big storm coming our way.
Alrighty, Mr. Marston, let's get.
Die Einblendung werde ich definitiv noch ausschalten.
If you say so, take it slow on the way out of town. No need to kick up a lot of dust. Yeah.
Come!
Whoa! Come on, Mr. Marston. That ain't how we do things out here. So it's Fort Mercy you want to visit?
That's right.
Ain't taking nobody up to the fort in a long time. Strange place for a decent fella to want to visit, if you don't mind me saying.
Who said I was a decent fella?
It's been abandoned for years now. Folks say it was built during the Mexican War. What kinds of soldiers around back then?
Why'd they leave?
Well, I ain't entirely sure. I heard they had to go up north to fight Indians, or maybe they got tired of being soldiers and went looking for gold. You know how things is. So what are you doing up at the fort?
I'm looking for an old friend.
Well, like I says, you ain't gonna find many folk around those parts these days. Those you do find are about as sociable as most effective. I mean, I ain't one to judge a man by the company he keeps, but...
Well, he ain't been friends for a long time.
Are you planning on spending any time in Armadillo, Mr. Marston?
I doubt it. I ain't planning on staying very long.
Well, if you're fixing for some female company, you can do a lot worse than Armadillo. Fine as cream gravy they are. Not like Thieves' Landing. Dang, those girls ain't even fit for a drinking man to hole up with.
I'm a married man, I'm afraid.
Ain't we all? Yeah, so it was the marshal who hired me. Lee Johnson, do you know him?
I think I heard his name.
Says he got a telegram from some Blackwater big bugs asking for a guide. I guess it's none of my business.
That's right.
Gee up. You ain't very talkative, are you?
Nope.
I'm just chewing the dog, mister. It's how I am. I don't mean nothing by it.
Trust me. There's things you're better off not knowing.
Damn coyotes. What a waste of good meat. Not far now, Mr. Marston. The fort's just over this hill. Whoa now.
Slow it up now.
Listen, mister. This here's what's left of Fort Mercer. Some gang rode in and took the place over.
So I understand.
This is where we part ways, friend. You have yourself a good time.
Hübsche Lache. Für all diejenigen, die sich fragen, auch Red Dead Redemption 2 wird natürlich auf dem Channel kommen. Und jetzt schauen wir uns das Ganze erstmal hier an. Übrigens, die verschiedenen Einblendungen mit Avatar-Auszeichnungen und Trophäen erhalten, werde ich noch ausblenden. Das ist jetzt das erste Xbox 360-Spiel, was ich auf der One spiele. Deswegen war das noch an. Okay, weiter geht's zu Fort Mercer.
Bill! Bill, I've come for you! Bill Williamson! Come out here right now!
Go away now, John. Don't make me kill you.
Nobody needs to kill anyone, Bill.
You must think I was born yesterday. You always did think I was an idiot.
That ain't fair, Bill. You were as my brother. I've come to try to save you.
Oh. Do I look like I need saving?
Bill, please. They want to kill us all. I can help you.
Well, you never tried to save me before. You only seemed to save yourself.
Bill, I implore you think about this.
You implore me? You implore me. You always were one for fancy words. Oh. Well, things are different now, John. Now I'm in charge! No more Dutch! And no more you. Implores. I implores you to go back and tell them to send someone just a little bit more impressive next time.
Well?
Oh. Poor John.
Der Typ von der Regierung. Wie gesagt, die Erfolg-Einblendungen werde ich noch ausschalten. Ja, vielen Dank fürs Spielen von Red Dead Redemption. Das war's. Nee, Spaß, es geht natürlich weiter.
Well, you're alive.
So it would seem.
So, how do you feel?
I don't know the polite word for it.
I do. Stupid is the word we use around here. What were you doing?
I was doing something stupid.
Well, you'll be okay. Once you didn't die, the doctor said you'd be fine. He got the bullets out a couple days ago.
Good.
It cost us $15.
I'm sorry, madam. Should have left me there to die.
Did you want to die? I mean, was that it? Was that why you went straight out to Fort Mercer and picked a fight with the worst bandit in the county? To die, Mr.
Mr. Marston. John Marston.
Bonnie McFarlane. Miss Bonnie McFarlane.
Well, you may be right, Miss McFarlane. I don't know.
Huh. So what were you doing?
I was trying to give Mr. Williamson a chance. For old time's sake.
You know Bill Williamson?
Knew him. Long time ago.
Well, what was he like?
Dumb.
Just like you.
Thank you, miss. See my hat?
I have. And, what will you do now?
Now I'm gonna take my time and go after him the less kind way.
Well, that sounds very fun, Mr. Marston. Quite heroic, just like in those penny dreadfuls my brother used to read. Meanwhile, if you'll excuse me, I've got a ranch to run. Of course, if you're feeling better, why not take a ride with me later? Help me patrol the perimeter. You can earn back some of that money we wasted on doctor's bills.
Of course. And thank you. For saving my life, I mean.
Next time, Mr. Marston, I strongly recommend you don't try to lose it quite so earnestly.
I'll bear that in mind.
So, da sind wir nun auf der Farm von Miss Bonnie McFarlane. Wir sollen ihr folgen. Ja, ich glaube, im Zug hat man sie ganz vorne gesehen. Ich bin mir jetzt auch gerade nicht sicher, aber ich meine, dass es sie war. Und sie hat uns zusammengeflickt. Ansonsten wären wir da elendig verreckt, wie man so schön sagt. Dann gehen wir mal kurz zu ihr.
Mr. Marston, back in the land of the living, I see.
Figured it's about time I started paying back that $15.
I sure can use an extra pair of hands around here. Let's see if we can get you back in the saddle. There's the foreman's office. It's also where we lock up good-for-nothing outlaws, such as yourself.
I'm happy enough with my current quarters right now, Miss McFarlane.
How are you today? Okay, let's see if you can still ride a horse. Come on, then. I'll show you around the property.
Come on.
To your right is the general store. You won't find Parisian high fashion, but it's good for the essentials.
Very convenient. I don't think I've ever seen a ranch with its own store before.
Howdy.
And here's the corral. This one's for the horses. What do you think?
I'm no expert, but it certainly looks like a fine corral.
I suspect you've stolen more horses than you've broken.
Now, where'd you get such an idea?
First impressions are hard to erase. That's the train station. Things sure have changed since the line finally got finished, bringing in all sorts of new folk like yourself.
Is that such a bad thing?
Change is only good when it makes things better. over there. Paul built it himself when I was just a little girl. Yeah! And here we are, back at the house. Let's stop for a while before we head out on patrol.
You'll get no complaints from me, Miss McFarland.
Well, are we going inside? How about a cold drink, Mr. Marston?
Thank you, ma'am. Getting shot, then riding a horse seems to take it out of you. I could use a rest.
Sure. Come on in. I'll show you the house, and then you can sit for a while.
Thank you.
Mr. Marston,
Miss McFarland.
remember me telling you about the trouble we've been having with rustlers and other undesirables?
I do?
Will you help me keep watch on the property line this evening?
Sure.
I want to see just who is trespassing on our land.
This is a fine weapon.
Come, let's head out. The country is really beautiful at around this time. Come on, then. Let's mount up and take a look around.
Also ein kleiner Überblick über die kleine Stadt hier. Ja, beziehungsweise über den kleinen Hof, eher gesagt.
Let's go. Keep your eyes open and try not to get yourself shot again. Thank you, Mr. Marston. I feel a lot happier someone's along with me.
I feel a lot happier now I got a rifle.
Well, with your trigger itch and my feminine intuition, we should make quite a team. Look, those damn rabbits are at the crops again. Get down and give me a hand, will you? Get your rifle out. It's about time these little thieves met their maker. You got one! That's it, kill those little varmints.
Es tut mir leid, die Kleinen.
Better at shooting rabbits than outlaws, I see. Thank you, Mr. Marston. Looks like we'll be having rabbit stew tomorrow. Let's mount up and patrol the rest of the property. We should keep moving. There's still a ways to go. If it's not the rustlers stealing our cattle, it's the rabbits stealing our crops.
It ain't never easy living off the land like this. Maybe you should move to a big city. Become a lady of leisure.
Was that a coyote? Get those pests before they scare the livestock.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got one. Hurry! I bet they're going straight for the chicken coop. Yeah! Good shoot, Mr. Marston.
Gotcha.
Nice shot. Well, we got rid of the coyotes. I just wish we'd saved all the chickens. Let's go. I'll take you back to your room.
Come on.
You know, you can actually handle a rifle.
It's something I've had a little experience in.
Maybe Bill Williamson did get lucky after all.
Luck didn't really come into it, miss.
You're a useful man to have around the ranch, that's for sure. But don't think I've forgotten what brought you here. We'll do whatever we can to help you.
I sure appreciate that, Miss McFarland.
Here we are. Thank you for your help, Mr. Marston. Makes me kind of happy I saved your life. Get some sleep and I will see you in the morning.
Good night, Miss McFarland.
Du kannst dich im Bett in deinem Zimmer schlafen legen, um das Spiel zu speichern. Das kennt man von GTA. Wenn du schläfst, erwachst du 6 Stunden später. Auch das kennt man. In der Truhe in deinem Zimmer findest du zusätzliche Munition. Das ist sehr, sehr praktisch. Und wir haben 150 Ruhm erlangt. Dann würde ich sagen, füllen wir unseren Munitionsbeutel mal gerade auf. Und 50 Ehre auch noch. Ja, Ehre sinkt quasi, wenn ihr irgendetwas Böses, Illegales in Anführungszeichen macht. Und euer Ruhm steigt allgemein, wenn ihr irgendwie in der Story voranschreitet, irgendwas Krasses macht, Nebenaufträge und so weiter und so fort. Was ich in Red Dead Redemption immer geliebt habe, ist der Nachthimmel. Das sieht so unfassbar schön aus und das ist quasi das einzige Spiel, was ich wirklich bei Nacht mehr genieße als bei Tag. So gut wie das einzige Spiel, sagen wir mal lieber. Ansonsten habt ihr gemerkt, ich werde während des Let's Plays nicht ganz so viel reden, zumindest während der Gameplays sehen, einfach damit ich das Spiel und die Atmosphäre im Spiel, die ist einfach super, für sich selbst sprechen lasse. Wir können mal ganz, ganz kurz auf die Karte gucken und dort sehen wir auch das wunderschön. Also ich bin einfach begeistert von diesem Spiel. Ich finde, das ist mit eines der absolut geilsten Games und das hat sehr, sehr viel megamäßig geil gemacht, was bei anderen Open-World-Spielen nicht so ganz passt. Zum Beispiel in GTA fährst du ja immer mit einem Fahrzeug. Da redet ein Charakter, du musst fahren, dich aufs Fahren konzentrieren und währenddessen darauf achten, was die sagen. Hier musst du einfach die A-Taste gedrückt halten, reitest quasi mit derselben Geschwindigkeit wie dein Begleiter und kannst währenddessen zuhören, über was die reden. Du kannst die Aussicht genießen. Habt ihr gerade gemerkt, ich habe den Nachthimmel genossen und hier hatten wir entsprechend unsere Ankunft in Armadillo. Ja, und ansonsten werden wir entsprechend hier überall auch noch hinreisen. Ich freue mich extrem drauf. Wenn es euch gefallen hat, lasst ein Däumchen nach oben da. Wir werden uns weiter in dem Game austoben, werden die Story erleben, denn die ist unfassbar geil. Und lasst es mich wissen, wenn ihr weiter Red Dead Redemption sehen wollt. Vielleicht auch, ob ihr Undead Nightmare entsprechend sehen wollt. Und ansonsten, ja, sehen wir uns beim nächsten Mal wieder. Und bei Red Dead Redemption 2, da freue ich mich auch schon megamäßig drauf. Also, haut in die Kommentare, drückt ein Däumchen nach oben, wenn es euch gefallen hat. Und wir sehen uns beim nächsten Mal bei Red Dead Redemption. Haut rein.